I have a very special video for you today. We are doing a product showcase from my good friends over at Resolution, and we're going to be taking a look at their language translator app for Jira Service Management. If you've ever had a team struggle with being able to work with your customers because they live in different parts of the world and speak different languages, then this is going to be the plugin you're going to want to enable in your JSM right now. Make sure you use the link in the description down below. Go start a free trial and leave them a review. Let them know what you think, and let's jump into the video. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like if you get value out of this video, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me show you how to get this plugin started, how to configure it, and then I'm going to show you the magic that it does. Alright, so inside of Jira, you're going to want to go to Apps, and you're going to want to go to Explore Apps. Here you're going to want to put in Language Translator, and this is the one you're going to want. Resolution has a couple of different translators. They have one for Jira and one for Jira Service Management. This ITSM language translation for JSM, translate customer requests, that's the one you want. You don't want to pick the other one, so make sure you pick the right one. Once you click on it, then you're going to be able to start a free trial. Make sure you use the link in the description. That way you basically make sure that you're clicking and installing the right application. Then all you're going to do is hit get started once you get your trial going. Once you're on that page, all you got to do is pick your Jira projects. Now, you will have to do this for each JSM project, so it's not a big deal. I have two and I've already done the settings, but essentially every time you have a new JSM project, this is going to tell you to basically configure it. You're going to click on the Open Settings page. Once you do that, it's going to redirect you to the right spot. And then it's going to ask you to enable it, which you're going to want to. And then you get to pick between bilingual mode or invisible mode. Let me break this down for you because it's actually quite interesting what happens here. Bilingual mode essentially does it so that it shows you the native language of the customer and the native language of your agent. And it's going to show them both to you either side to side or top and bottom. Invisible mode is going to show them to you in a very transparent, obviously, and invisible mode where the native language for the customer is going to be in their language and the native language for your agent is going to be in their language. And it's just going to immediately, like magic, translate. So you're not going to have to see the conversions or anything. You're just immediately and magically going to see the language respectively to which user is looking at the issue. So I'm going to do invisible mode because I actually really like this mode. And then you're going to leave everything else. Obviously, you're going to set your language. I'm English, so I'm going to leave that there. And then I'm going to hit save. That's all you got to do here. Once that's done, you are going to add a field to your screen. So it will walk you through the steps. Obviously, I've done it already. But essentially, all you're going to have to do is go to your screens. You're going to go to the screens for your issue types that are basically in scope for this request type. And so I'm just going to go here. So you're adding this customer language field to your screens. And once that's configured, you're pretty much ready to go. All you got to do now is have your client or your customer, whoever it is, go to your URL. So all you got to do is show them, take them over to a Jira Service Management issue, have them raise a request. So all you got to do is give them this portal. So you're going to make a copy here. And then I'm going to actually go incognito. So wait for 1 second because as you can see here, I'm logged in with AO. I'm going to go log into a different user. In order for this to happen and work correctly, you don't want to be the person doing the request. You want some other customer in a different language doing the request for you. So let me show you what that looks like. So once your customer gets to your portal, they're going to raise a request. They're going to type it in here, and they're just going to pick any of these options. And they're just going to, in their native language, fill out the request. So this is going to be necesito ayuda con mi teléfono. Okay. And again, I speak Spanish, but I'm phonetically sounding this out because I don't really know how to write in Spanish. I can speak it, but I can't write it. And I'm just going to hit send. So this request is now being submitted. As you can see, I'm no longer AO. I'm now a customer, right? But if I switch back over to my JSM project over here and I go into my queue, I should here be able to hit refresh. And I'm going to see that demo number 20 came in. And here it is. It says, necesito ayuda con mi teléfono. And down here, as you can see, the language translator is going to essentially tell me the summary is I need help with my phone, and the description is I need help with my phone, it doesn't work. And lo and behold, that is exactly what I wrote in Spanish, and that's what is now being translated to. So the language is automatically being detected on that field that we added, that customer language. It tells you what language it is. In this case, it's Spanish. And now the last thing I want to show you is your agent that can now be able to like respond back to the customer. But all they need to do is click add internal note. I know this is kind of a little counterintuitive, but this is just the way it works. You hit hashtag translate, and then you're going to just tell them, try it again. It should work now. Again, the agent only speaks English. They're responding in their native language. The customer, I'll show you in a second, is going to see this comment in their native language, which was Spanish. So when I click on save here, again, you got to hit the internal note and you got to do the hashtag translate. If you hit refresh, it does take a couple seconds here, but if you hit refresh, you can see that the comment has already been translated for me. And now I'm going to simply switch back to the request. Again, I'm no longer logged in as me. I'm now my customer, right? I'm going to hit refresh. I did this request in Spanish. So now I can see here that inténtalo de nuevo, debería funcionar ahora. So I am keeping it. The customer is seeing the request in Spanish, but the agent was able to respond in their native language. So this is a really, really cool thing. I really feel like this is awesome for really global and international teams, where I know that this has happened to me personally, where I've gotten requests in Japanese and Chinese. I've gotten some like in German and Dutch, and it's just like languages that I don't understand, yet I'm supposed to provide support. I'm supposed to help a user figure it out. And this is hard, right? It creates these language barriers. It adds extra complexity to your support team. They got to go Google things. They got to figure it out. They might have to reach back out. And it's just really, really annoying to both parties involved. Now, one last thing that I want to mention here, because we do have that custom field of customer language, on top of just being able to do all the translations for you, because that field is being automatically set, this enables us to use that field in JQL. So that's going to allow you to basically create your first custom JQL languages. You're going to be able to do filters and reporting off of that particular valued field. And finally, you're going to be able to do auto assignments. So depending on the automations or even just your queues, you're going to be able to configure all that stuff because you're going to be able to use the value that is populated in that field to do things. So as you can see here, I've created a JQL where it's going to show me every ticket that is in the language of Spanish. And so I can save this as my Spanish tickets, and I can assign this to a Spanish team so that it's just all automatic and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that again, on top of all the translation, you're then able to do smarter things with the fact that you have these fields already populated. So if you are in this kind of situation where you are depending on teams to be able to translate or talk different languages to each other, I urge you to go check out this plugin. Again, make sure you use the link in the description down below, as it's going to yield you a trial and a discount code that you're going to be able to use as well. So if you thought that this was cool, make sure you drop a like on this video. Make sure you go show Resolution your support. Go and start a trial, and also make sure you subscribe to this channel if you want to show me the support so that we can help grow this channel to over 10,000 subscribers, which is what we're trying to do in the Summer of Atlassian 2.0 series. Anyways, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, don't forget to leave a review. Don't forget to use the link down below to start that trial, and I'll see you in the next one.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need